This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, today we'll see a project. So this project involves the tools which we have learned till now. So we'll use our Jenkins, okay, continuous integration, deployment tool, and in that we will use our tools whichever we have learned till now. Okay, so for that we have to. Uh, Before that, let me show you how the project we are going to build the same project, the same application, but how it looks like after building it, how internally it looks like, how many servers we require and why we require those things we have to understand. So just Google like something like now Jenkins.
Excuse me,
Uh,
sorry to interrupt. Are you
yes,
sharing
please.
something? Because I can see only blank screen. Okay, now I can see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Please continue.
Now you
Sorry
can
to.
see,
Yeah.
right?
Please continue.
No problem,
Yes.
no
Yes.
problem, right? So you just search Jenkins with the Jenkins and Maven, Ansible, okay, and what else? Kubernetes. You click on that, you will get some images. This one, this not showing. Yeah, something like this, for example. Yeah, can take this one, for example. So take this example. So today we will do similar kind of project. So till now we deployed application multiple times, but we have not included the all the tools together. So today we will include them and we will work on them. Okay. So we will see how it works together. The pipeline. We will build the pipeline. Now this is Jenkins, and you know the purpose of Jenkins, and you know Git and GitHub, right? In the GitHub, our code will be there, and Maven, you know, it will build the code, right? So what we will do, we'll include now Ansible as well to Jenkins, and along with Ansible, we use Docker and Kubernetes as well. So you know the purpose of Ansible. So Ansible is a configuration tool. Is a configuration tool which will configure the existing files, and also it will deploy the applications in multiple servers. So we will use Ansible here, and then Jenkins will pull the code from GitHub and it will give it to Maven for building. Once it has built, then once the build is completed, then Jenkins will communicate with Ansible. Why it has to communicate with Ansible? Why? Because Maven, once it builds a WAR file, that WAR file has to be deployed. And you know, the WAR file we deployed using Docker. In the Docker, we used Docker file. In the Docker file, right, we created the image, right? After that, what we did in Docker, we pushed that image to the Docker hub, right? So what we will do, we will create one server for Ansible, one server for Jenkins, okay, one server for Docker, one server for Kubernetes. We'll create 4 servers, right? For Kubernetes, nothing but the same one which we have created before, EKS host, same thing we have to create for the Kubernetes, because we are going to deploy for a project in our Elastic Kubernetes service, right? So for Docker, we create one system. So when WAR file is built by the Maven tool, Jenkins will inform to Ansible that we have to deploy this WAR file. Then Ansible will send the required binaries to Docker, so the Docker knows what to do with it. Okay. So what we did with WAR file, we created an image with it. We created an image with it, and then what we did, we pushed into cluster in one of the Kubernetes cluster. We did all these things. So if you see hub.com, So here are our images. Here are our images running. The same thing we are going to do today, but we are not going to do it manually. We will involve our tools. Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay, right. Okay. So how it internally, the whatever I discussed, the same thing is going on here. If you see here, this one, for example, if you take here also, once developers push their code to GitHub, the code will be pulled by Jenkins and it will be built using Maven, and then it will be given to Ansible for delivery, and then your Ansible will give it to your Docker. So Docker will build the image. So Docker will get what? It will get the WAR files, binary files. Okay, it can be WAR files or any files. If it is .NET application, it will get exe files, binary files. If it is Java application, it will get WAR files. So once it is Docker build the image and it will push the image to the Docker hub. It will push the image to Docker hub. Of course, you see the arrows here. Who is pushing here? Actually, your Ansible pushing here, right? So Ansible will give the var to Docker and Docker will build the image, and that build the image which it has built, that again Ansible will run the command which we run manually, docker build -t and build and then the image name, right? That way it will push the using docker push command. Okay, so docker will Ansible will take care of those things that we will see today. And here in this picture, the Kubernetes cluster is not involved, but actually we will use Kubernetes cluster as well. Okay, so first we require Jenkins. One by one we will create, and I will send you detailed notes, but as of now I will create some notes for you. If anything missteps, I will explain you again. So in step 1, we want one server for installing Jenkins. Install Jenkins. Okay, and another, you better take, when you working this, better take T2 medium. Okay, for this. Okay, T2 medium, you take Ubuntu or Amazon Linux, anything is fine. Ubuntu, and then here for Ansible T2 micro is enough. Ansible for this T2 micro is enough. Okay, for this you can take Ubuntu or Amazon Linux, and then another server we require to install Docker. So for Docker, for this also we require T2 micro is enough. Why? Because we are only just building the images, right? And building and pushing the images, right? That's all we are doing. And for this also you can take Ubuntu. But Ubuntu 24 version 24 latest one having some issues with some of the commands. You better go with the previous version, that is 22. Okay, you go with 22 version. And similarly, you know how to install EKS, that we already did many times. So this also, for this you know what we require, Ubuntu only. Okay, Ubuntu takes same v2 version 22. Okay, these are the servers required. Okay, first let me create Jenkins parallelly. In between, if you have any questions, you can ask me. So I'm recording, right? So, yeah. Okay. Now everything will be automated with our uh, uh, pipeline. So we'll see that. First, we have to create Jenkins. Go to our website and select Jenkins here. So But Jenkins, you can take Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu. If here it is 24, right? You can take 24, no problem for this, because we are not going to run any commands in this. But you can take 24, no problem. Even 22 also no problem. You can take any of them, right? Because anyway, I'm going to create 3 Ubuntus, right? You take this also version 22. I am going to create 3 Ubuntus. Then let me create 3 at a time, but one I require medium, right? Okay, then I will create Jenkins separately. Jenkins server, Ubuntu. Here select T2 micro, don't select T2 micro, select T2 medium. Okay, T2 medium. Here today I may take maybe 15-20 minutes extra maybe, right? Let me try to finish on time. So keep here 3. Okay, launch the instance. Before launching, yeah, it's Ubuntu T2 medium. Yeah, one more instance. We want 2 Ubuntus for Docker and Linux. So for that, select Ubuntu. How many I want? 2. One for EKS and one for Docker. For both, T2 micro is enough. But you select 22, version 22. Confirm changes. Go with version 22. Right, 2 instances Ubuntu. Perfect. Okay, launch the instances. And one more is required for installing Ansible. So for that, Amazon Micro, Amazon Linux, and T2 Micro is enough. This is for Ansible. Or I'll say Ansible controller. Yeah, that's all. One instance is enough. So here Jenkins, one is Jenkins server, and this I believe 2 Ubuntu. So one I will take as EKS host, another for Docker. So let's select this Jenkins. Let us connect to it. So let's change its name to Jenkins. Right, and then initially what we have to install for Jenkins, we have to install, what are the steps? Okay, Jenkins, is this Ubuntu? If it is Ubuntu, let us update it first. Update, apt update, installation on Ubuntu. We know that we already have the steps on the website. Click on Linux on the left side. First install Java. And take the long-term support release. This one, long-term support, this one you take. And meanwhile, we also start our EKS to save some time. or else this also will take time. This is our EKS host. So EKS host, for this select this one and carefully assign the role which we already have. So go to security, modify IAM role, otherwise we may forget it. No, select the EKS host roles which we created on the beginning of the Kubernetes collection. Update IAM role, right? Select this one and connect. Go there and duplicate window. This instance is ready now. Jenkins is ready now. Uh, Anybody have the steps? Anybody having the steps which we worked on? EKS steps. Where is that file? EKS. Naveen, Shibin, anybody? If you have, just paste me. I shared with you. Just find out if you have. Meanwhile, I will install our Jenkins. I will start it. So select your Jenkins server, right?
Yeah, sorry, man. I was
And
connected
you
with
know,
mobile.
I'm sorry.
I was
What?
connected with my mobile. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Anybody others, please? So we require 8080 for Jenkins. Rajesh, Rajesh joined? No. Save rules. Okay, we have added 8080 for Jenkins server. It is must for that. So copy the public IP here 8080. You try to understand as much as possible. If you don't understand, don't worry. You listen it again. It's very easy. Because the topics which we have already covered, that is the reason. No need to worry. Easily you can understand it. And here, cat, I require the password, right? Paste here. What it's saying. No, no, not such file. Why? We have not installed Jenkins. Duplicate this window and yes, go back. This is the one I copied and installed also. Where I'm working on. Oh, here this is a Jenkins, right? So this might have expired by now. Yeah, luckily it is there. So this is a command. Control C, paste here. This is a password. So it will take some time, let it be. So what next? Any results? Wow, where it was on desktop too. Okay, okay. Or open it. So now let us install the steps. These steps. Launch new Ubuntu. Yes, we did it. And then updated. Yes, we updated. And install Kubernetes. Okay, this is a command. Copy this. This is our EKS system. This is our EKS system. First of all, ls change this name, host name to EKS, and execute bash. EKS is here now. And then we have to install Linux, and both are ready. Ansible won't take much time, and Docker also won't take much time. Okay. You also, while practicing, you install Windows Docker version, Docker desktop, which is downloaded, can be downloaded from the Docker hub site. You can download from there, and you can practice it. It contains one node. You can practice over there. So here, if you practice and forget, then you have to pay more bill. Now we have to run in the Mumbai region. So it will be ready, and this will be ready. So it is ready. I will say admin, 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 save, save. So Tomcat is, forget about it. Next is Ansible and Docker. Let us take Docker. Click on connect. Okay, so Docker we have to install. For that, we have the steps, right? Where is that? Docker install on Ubuntu. So these are steps provided by the documentation in the Docker. Just scroll down. So just copy this, install using apt repository. Copy this. Why it is coming Jenkins? Why it is coming Jenkins? Jenkins is already there, no? Did we install Jenkins here? How come? So EKS is running ready and Jenkins is building. Let me, okay, what I will do. So copy this Docker installation files. Okay, Docker version. Yes, Docker is ready. Finally, we'll install Ansible. So let's name it. Right. So if you remember, when we worked on with the Ansible at that time, I explained what Ansible do. Ansible will is a controller. It will control the nodes. It will connect to the nodes or agents. It will connect to them, and on them on those servers, it will install the required softwares. It will install the required softwares. So what softwares it has to install, those I will discuss, and then we will continue. So meanwhile, so Ansible, what software it will install means, go to our GitHub repository, go to our project. So you know, in the once var file is created using the pom file, then we have I have just copied this is a old our existing file only, is a deployment file. the existing file, the same file, and just copy pasted here. So using this, you know why we use it. We will use it to deploy the resources on the Kubernetes cluster. So that is one file, and this is going to install our shopping website, which is inside our Docker Hub. And there is another file called load balancer service. This also you know. So this is a load balancer service. So and it is using the selector color blue. Color blue means nothing but it will connect to those pods which having tag as label as blue. So in this, if you see, this is our application, shopping application. It having the label as we having three labels actually. One of them is blue. That means any request coming from the load balance from the browser, it will forward to this pod. So that is, these are the two files for that. And to these files I no need to explain much about it. It is very simple, straightforward. And the var file once built by the Maven tool. So once the Maven tool builds the, when GitHub pulls the code from the already code is there in the GitHub. This is a code. The code is inside the source file, right? Here we have JSP, some file is there. So this is the code here, it is already there. So it will use this file, and then it will assign it to the Maven tool. So Maven tool will build it. After building it, that var file, what we have to do, we have to give to Docker, right? So Docker will create a Docker image, right? For that, what I will do is, our Ansible will communicate with our Docker server which we have just now created. This is a Docker server. Our Ansible will communicate with Docker, which also communicates with our Elastic Kubernetes service. Why? Let me explain you why. So here is another file called playbook task. Click on this. Ansible will, this is an Ansible playbook file. This is a playbook file. In this playbook, we already used all these commands. When we learned Ansible at the time, we used it. See, the module is copy module. So the copy module copying something. It's a task, and its host name is Docker. Host it is saying Docker. Here, if you observe carefully, we have two plays. This one play, this second play. Okay, the second play deals with Kubernetes, and this first play deals with your Docker. So Docker is where it is running. Docker is running in our in this node. That means it having its own IP address, right? So it having its own IP address, right? So that IP address we have to mention where, in our hosts file, right? In Ansible host file is there, right? There we have to give our private IP address of Docker as well as EKS. Both of the private IPs we have to give mention in our host file, which is inside the Ansible folder that you know already. So using that, it will connect. Ansible will connect to Docker file, sorry, Docker server. And after connecting, what it will do? And after connecting, what it will do is, it will copy the Docker file. It will copy the Docker file. You see, it's just adding, that's all. Source is Docker file. Find what this Docker file contains. See, in the GitHub, we have the Docker file. This is the same file. If you open it in a new window, why it is not opening in a new window? So let me click on it. You know this, we already used it. Once Maven builds the Java application, it generates a var file inside the target folder. So inside Docker, what we are doing, we are creating a base image for Tomcat. Its Tomcat is a web server. It's a web server which serves for Java applications, most of the time. And our application exposes 8080 port number, and we are copying the var file which was just now generated by our Maven build tool, which has just now generated. That will be automatically placed inside the target folder, and we are copying that to where, inside the container. In the container we have a path like user local. When Tomcat once this line executes, then automatically inside the local folder a Tomcat folder will be created. Inside that, multiple folders are created. Out of them, one of them is web apps. In the web apps folder, our var file will be copied. This is what we required with the Docker file. So once we start the build, when GitHub sends a code to Jenkins, Jenkins gives to Maven to build it. Once it builds, then that var file is required for Docker. That var file is required, but not exactly to Docker, but in the Docker file, the var file is has to be mentioned, the path and everything. And if you give the Docker file, where Docker file is there, if you tell to Docker tool, then Docker understands what to do with the Docker file. We already know that. We also did it manually. So the same thing, we did it manually, but the same thing our Ansible doing. What it is doing, it will, when you run your project, when you run your project, here you will be creating a new job. Something like, I will tell you step by step. Something like you will say, okay, here is their job to deploy Java application. Okay, this is another one, shopping website. Okay, or something Amazon shopping website. So select a pipeline and click on OK. Right, go to your pipeline. Here select the sample and select GitHub and Maven. Right, okay. And if you observe carefully, this git path is not ours. I want a git, our git path. Right, for that just scroll down, click on pipeline syntax, right click, open a new tab. So in the drop down, you select your git. Right, here is, we have to provide our repository path. And where is our repository? This is our project. Right, wherever our pom file is there, that is our repository. Pom file is here. So code, clone it. We already did it. It is not, we are not doing this first time. So copy the, and what is the branch? Branch is main. Branch name is main. You see main. So what, that is what we have to give here. Right, I don't have any credentials to provide. Just give, now click on generate pipeline script. So this is a link I have to copy. Right, and I have to paste in my pipeline. So here I will remove this. I'll paste them my pipeline. And this Maven, you can if you want, you can shift it to another stage. Okay, you can shift it to another stage, like this stage ending at where it is ending up to here. So remove this post stub, not required, delete it. Okay, so it is stage, inside stage, this is one stage. Okay, so you copy this stage, you copy this stage. Okay, press enter and paste it again. And in this you remove the GitHub step. That step is not required. So let us separate it. If it is Windows, we have to use bat. If it is Linux, we have to use that one. Remove it. So Maven, even if tests fail, we are saying ignore it. Even if tests fail, ignore it. Ignore true, I am saying. So that by doing that way, what happens is, sometimes, not sometimes, if tests fail, then the package will not be built. So we are saying that ignore it. Okay, we want package even tests are failed. Again, that depends on how the developers ask us to do. So this is a GitHub stage. Now till now, it will work, and I have to remove this extra. So when I what is that? What else I have required to do? That's all. Apply and save and build now. M3. We don't have plugin, right? We are not installed plugin yet. So what do you do? Where we can install plugin? Go to your dashboard. Dashboard. Manage Jenkins. Here tools. Go to tools. Come down. Here is add Maven. Here version you can take anything. I will say Maven 396. 396 Maven. Some name I am giving. Right. I am applying it. Save. So same name I have to give in my script. So here is my job. Go to dashboard. This is my job. So down arrow, go to configure pipeline. Here it is tools. Tools, it is, we are using what? M Maven 396, right? So apply. Perfect. Now our build is ready. Our build is ready. It's showing green color. That means our build is ready. So that means if you go to Jenkins here, Control C, Control C, ls. So we have our builds in. So this is our Amazon website. So in the target folder, we have our file. Okay, we have our file. So what I'm saying is that I'm telling in the Docker file that so my var file is here. My var file is inside my target. Okay, in that whatever file is in that, select this file. You copy that. You copy to our container, to the container, so that this will be executed. It will be served by the Tomcat web server. It will be served. So this has to be served, right? Right. So this content is where it is inside your Docker file. That means your Docker file has to be copied to where? It has to be copied to our Docker machine. Here into this machine it has to copy. That means our Ansible has to communicate with the Docker to do the copy. So it can communicate with Docker. Also Ansible also copy some files to EKS. So Ansible has to get access to both these servers. So that step we have to do. That step we already did before, but again we will do today. So that is the reason in the playbook we are copying the Docker file. We are copying the Docker file to where? So home, some username I created, ANS Ansible admin folder I'm creating here. Where I'm creating? See, understand carefully. It's a host Docker. I'm saying Docker means nothing but it's in your Ansible file. Where is your Ansible? So let me go to Jenkins. Let me ping it. So go to Ansible, Control C. If you go to your CD, it is etc, I think, etc Ansible. We have not installed Ansible yet, right? We will install Ansible. Once we install Ansible, then what happens? Then Ansible will be created in the respective folder, and after that it contains a location where host file will be there. In that we have to mention the IP addresses. So we'll mention the IP address of Docker. So the group name we mentioned, right? So that group name you're giving Docker. So if you give Docker here, it will connect to our Docker server and it will copy the Docker file. Source means nothing but this is a source. In this source I'm picking this Docker file here, from here and moving it to our Docker server. And also I'm copying another file called var file, where it is inside the target folder, where I'm moving it again, that also in the same path, in the home and Ansible admin user. To this user folder I'm passing the both admin and target. If two are there, then your Docker knows how to execute the Docker command. That also we giving here, you see. Now Ansible doing that also, you see. Both it pushed, both it copied. Once they are copied there, on behalf of our Docker server, our Ansible itself doing what? You observe here, build image. Docker build is a command. This is a copy is a module. Similarly, we have a module called command module. Command module used to run commands, execute commands. So Docker build -t. I want to give. I want to create a new a project name called shopping site. So edit it. If you want to edit it here itself, right? Normally we won't do it here, but shopping site, right? Or you can say uh, Flipkart. website something. Okay, this I want command build a new image with this name. So a image will be built with this name, and that image you have to push, the same image you have to push. So here you see carefully, I'm giving a dot here. The same thing what we do manually, what we did, the same command we give. That means first your Docker file will be moved there. Why? Because when you say Docker build and given the name and dot, then dot means where you are saying that your Docker file existing in the same path. Same path means you should have already moved it. Yes, you are moved it already. You moved it here in the admin user folder. You moved there, and you're saying dot. That's the reason. Now your Docker will build the image, and after building the image, what you are trying to do, you are pushing the image, Docker push. And what image you want to push? This image. So when this first play completes, then your Ansible tool doing what? It will copy it will create the image. It will run the commands whatever required on the Docker server. It will run on behalf of us, so we don't need to do it manually. Our Ansible will do that on that machine. Once it has done that, then next what we have to do, the once the image is in the Docker hub, then next what, you know what, we create a deployment resource, and then we create a YAML file for that, and we mention how many replicas we want, and where is the image, and what is the servers we require. All the stuff we mentioned, right? We did till now. The same thing we are doing here. You see, come down, this is another play now. Now this time hosts is EKS nothing but in the hosts file I'm giving group name as EKS. Under that I will give the IP address of the host server. This is a host server. For this it is ready. Okay, expert also. So in that I'm saying that in that machine, in this machine, the cluster is ready now. Here I want to execute which we used to do manually. What we used to do manually, we used to run this command kubernetes kubectl apply -f and a file. But to run this, this file should exist, no? So for that reason, what I'm doing is I am copying the same copy module. I'm copying that file. Where is this file? It is already there. When I say GitHub, when we pull Jenkins pulls from GitHub, all will go to Jenkins. It will available with Jenkins. So this file will pulled. And once it is pulled to home directory of Ansible admin username. And observe carefully, we are using the both same names. We are using the same name, Ansible admin name. Why? Because if you use the same name, then in when we working on Jenkins, then Jenkins will use only one username to execute the commands. So your Ansible is going to run on both of these machines. So that is the reason, if you keep the same usernames, then your what you call your Jenkins will not complain, because for all of them same username we are planningly giving same username. So that is one thing. And other thing is that because your Ansible is running the commands on behalf of these servers, on behalf of Docker, on behalf of Kubernetes, Ansible is running. So for running, Ansible should have some permissions to run it. Of course we will see how we have to give the permissions, but as of now, all and Jenkins will complain if usernames are different. So for that reason, I will tell you where username you have to give. Will I tell you that? And that is the reason both machines we have to create username with the same name. Any name you can give, admin or anything you can give, no problem. But anyway, once this file is copied to your EKS machine, and then this is a command we used to run. The same thing we are running. And but before running that, I am also copying another file, load balancer service, okay, to the same destination. And I'm running this file, and I'm running this file. That's it. Simple. Very simple. Any questions here till now before we involve the running the instructions? These files you understood. I'm not explaining you these files, because these files you already know what they do, and also what this file do, service lb, we know everything. This is common things. The only thing is YAML file. In the YAML Ansible file, in the playbook, you can understand how helpful it is. Previously we just copied simple examples we did, but those examples are not gone waste. The same we use in real time as well. So first this part, and second this part. Okay, we'll see that how it goes. And before that, what we have to do is that we have to create users now. First go to Ansible. First we have to install Ansible, right? Go here. These are EKS. Now what I am going to do is now is that I have to create proper communication between my control node and the slave nodes. Okay, now Ansible should able to communicate with them. Only then the playbook will work. Otherwise, no use of writing the playbook. Okay, so playbook will not work unless we have proper communication between the Ansible controller and the remaining Docker and EKS. Or Ansible will not communicate with Jenkins. Will not communicate with Jenkins. But we use Ansible in Jenkins in our where we use in our pipeline code. In the pipeline script, we will use it. Beagle.com. Okay, EKS will be running. What is this? Is what it is? EKS, right? Okay, let it be. Now let us create now one user in our Ansible. Okay, so it's a Ubuntu mission, right? So if it is Ubuntu, then what is the command? In add user. This is expired. The only thing I'm doing is that everything is very simple. Just try to understand and practice it immediately, so that in the interview you can, on top of it, you can add whatever you want. If you have good grip on these topics, and as well as on the whatever we are doing now, if you are having good confidence, then you can say the same way you are doing multiple times. Emails are different. And here sudo hyphen. So each user is a normal user, so let's become a root user. Clear the screen. Now let's create a user, add user. Username we will give Ansible admin, right? Enter. And then uh, add user and password. Okay, I will give. Okay, user is updated successfully. Then next what we have to do is we have to add this user to our sudoers file. Why? Because our Ansible is going to execute some commands. It is going to execute some commands. For that, it has to run some it has to require some permissions, like admin permissions, like that. Let me check first of all. And so okay, I'm sorry, it is Amazon Linux. So for Amazon Linux, I have to use user add, but it has taken it SUNS admin. Perfect, no issues. Normally on Amazon Linux we use user add. We do like this actually. Anyway, no problem. So it is working fine. Now I have become Ansible user, right? So anyway, I require some permissions. For that purpose, I have to uh, add add this name in my sudoers file. For that, just click on exit here in the root user. Type vsudo. So this is a file. Come down. I will write these steps and I send you. Copy that. So here is a root user. Just copy. Okay, press enter. What happened to it? something is happening here. It's not clear. Just a moment, please. Why it is behaving like this? Okay, so I want to add my username, that is Ansible admin. Please let guide me. Just observe here if there are any mistakes in the spaces. Ans admin, yeah. Just observe the what I'm doing and let me know if I'm doing any mistakes here. And exit. Control X. Press Control X. Now it will ask save modified buffer. For that, Shift Y. Yes, and press Enter. Okay, it is done now. And next thing is that we have to modify our SSHD config file as well. For that, we are removing password authentication. So what for that, where we have to go? Vi etc ssh sshd tab. Here is a file. Come down here. So these are the same steps we have to do on all the three machines. So password authentication, insert mode, enter, yes, escape, come out of it. Okay, now we have to run a command called service. Because the changes to take effect, we have to run a service. We have to reload the service, that is sshd reload. It is done. Our Ansible server is ready now. Okay, it is ready. And next thing what we have to do, we have to create ssh keygen. You know that ssh keygen we did before when we learning Ansible. So we have to create ssh keygen, but that you have to create as a Ansible administrator. That is the reason I am moving to Ansible administrator. For that, command is su switch user and Ansible admin. And again here root folder is still coming here. You can avoid, remove it. Just type cd and enter. Now here you are here. Now next what we have to do is we have to generate ssh keygen. You know, right? Public key, public key and private key will be created. If you observe here, ls hyphen a, right here nothing is there. Now I will run command called ssh keygen. So it is saying that actually I should have, okay, now it is creating dot ssh. You see, before dot ssh was not there. It was not there. So when we connecting to Docker, there also we have to do the same thing. There also we have to do the same steps, and there we will not create this command. We will not run this command. Instead, what we do, we will create .ssh folder. In that, we have to create another file called authorized key. Authorized key. That step, if required, we do. Otherwise, that step we can avoid it. We'll see how it goes. But as of now, I want to create a private key. It is a private key. IDRS is a private key. Enter. Again enter. Now it is created. Now type ls-a. Now .sh is there. Go to .ssh ls. You see we have two files. One is private key, another is public key. .pub is a public key. This public key I have to copy into these two machines. Okay. Now let me exit, come out of it. Let me install. I am root user now. Let me install Ansible here. So for that, what's the command? Yum install Ansible -y. And meanwhile, while it is installing, you should remember we have to use the private IPs. For example, Docker is there. I want to connect Docker with my Ansible, right? For that, what I have to do? Unselect this Docker, right? Select the private IP of Docker. Here in the host file, you have to say Docker or give any name, no problem. This is a host file. Similarly, EKS, right? In the EKS, I have to give the my EKS also, because our Ansible will communicate with this. So I have to copy EKS IP address, private IP, right? Don't give public IP. If you stop and start, then public IP will change. So that is the reason give private keys. Anyway, let's see whether our Ansible is ready. Yes, it is ready. Then what I will do, I will go to my var lib and Ansible. It is etc, I think, etc, etc Ansible, enter, quit, simply quit out. So it's not vi, it should be ls. See, roles is there is no host folder, right? By default it won't be there. Okay, we have to create it. Now say hosts, enter, insert mode. Here we have to copy both of them. Actually, one by one we will do. Let me take Docker first. Escape. Okay, it is there now. Docker is there. Fine, perfect. Next thing, what we have to do, yep, go to our user, our Ansible admin user, exit. One more please, what it's saying, username is wrong, right? cd ls ls-a. Now I want to communicate with my Docker. For that, what I have to do is I have to create here also one user with the same name, and in that I have to copy my public IP which is inside my .ssh folder. I will come back here to copy that public IP, or let me ready let us go to that folder and else. Here is my public IP, right? So because I have to create user details and those things, right? For that reason, I will run it and go to Docker now. Control C. So everything is installed here. Next, what we have to do? It's we have to use the create the user. Same thing. Add user, Ansible admin. It's asking password. Just press enter. It is a Ubuntu. It's also like this only. Next, vsudo. Please observe if any spelling mistakes. If I do, let me know. Answer admin. Yeah, it is fine. Control X. Control Shift Y. Enter. It is done. Next is we have to go to our SSHD config file, where it is in the etc folder. SSHD config. Not at all complicated. This is the same thing we do. By default it is yes. So uncomment it. Insert mode. Delete the hash symbol. That's it. Escape. Come out of it. Okay. Then what we have to do? Service SSHD should be reloaded. SSH, because the changes what we did should take effect. And here reload. It is done. So fine, Amazon user is created. Then what we have to do? Go to that user. How to go to that user? So switch to user, Ansible admin. Okay, cd. Just type cd, enter. Okay. Now ls. You see Ansible admin. Docker is a Docker name. I changed. That's it. But he is a Ansible user. He's a root user. This is Ansible user. And if you observe carefully, yes, ls-la here .sh folder is not there, right? .sh folder is not there. Now what I have to do is I have to copy my public key to my Docker. If the public key is copied here, then only our Ansible and Docker can communicate each other. That we did when we worked on when we were learning Ansible. But at that time we have not created the user. Now at that time it is not required for learning those. But here we have to do we are doing the same thing, but only difference is we are created the user. So let it be like this. Go to our Ansible, Control C, ls. Actually, we have a command called to copy the public key. We have a command called ssh copy id. Ssh copy id. Ssh copy id is a command. So this copy, where I have to copy to my Docker machine, to this machine, to this user. For this user, I have to send. For this user is this one. Okay, that is a user at the rate, and then Docker's private IP. Docker's private IP. Docker set Docker and is a private IP. Select it. Paste it. Oh, already it was there, right? Hmm. Now this is a command I have to execute. Just one, please. Okay. Okay. So let me run this command here. Sh copy ID Ansible admin private IP. Press enter. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. It is saying permission denied. Okay. Permission denied. Okay. So if permission is denied, then we cannot connect it. So for that, what we have to do is simply go to your Docker. Simply go to your Docker. This is your username and Docker. ls -a no files are there. First thing what we have to do is create a folder called .ssh. Create a folder called .ssh. Right? In that, normally we will have a file called authorized keys. To see how it looks like, just exit. You will get into root folder, your root user. Now go to cd.ssh here. ls, you see here what file is there in the root user? Authorized keys. This file we have to create. This is a file, not a folder. Okay, this file I have to create where in my user folder. For that I have to switch. For that, switch to again back to Ansible admin. Okay, cd. Okay, ls. If any folders are there here, if you want to remove, just type cd. ls -a. The folder which you get just now will be shown here. Get into that folder .ssh. Here you have to create this file. Create it. Insert mode. Here what we have to do? Go to your Ansible ls. Here is our public key, right? Click on cat. So this is a public key. So this public key you can copy. Just select it and copy. Control C and go here and paste here. This is your Ansible user. Ansible ans admin, and this is the Ansible server name. This is a username ans admin. Okay. This key I have to paste in my authorized key. Escape is done now. Now let us try to connect now. Now you try to run the previous command. The same thing you try to connect now. Run this command. So it is saying that it is not giving any errors this time. All keys were skipped because they already exist on the remote system. So that whatever it is to do, it has to do this command. We did it now. No, if it is not working, then no problem. We can do it. So we did it, no problem. Then how can I test it whether I'm able to connect to that machine or not? Very simple. SSH. I told you SSH and the username. What is the username? SSH means this is a command. I am connecting to as a security shell using security shell protocol. I am connecting to this machine. Is the username, and what is the private IP? Private IP of this machine is this one. I should be able to connect to it. You see, I have connected successfully, and it is showing as at the red Docker. But before that, what it was? @Ansible. Now I'm able to connect to it, right? Fine. Testing is done. Exit. That is fine. But can I connect using Ansible command? Let's check. First of all, let me come out of .ssh, or let here only, no problem. Ansible, stay here only, no problem. Ansible, uh, what is the file, what is the group name given? Docker, right? This is the name you given. So I should use this. You can use the group name, or you can directly use the IP address also, no problem. But use Docker name. And then what I want to do, I want to use a module called ping. Now you should able to ping my Docker machine. Perfect, it is pinging, you see, successfully it's pinging my Docker machine. But Docker, it is my Docker's private IP 3823, ending with 3823. Same thing, 3823, right? Now communication is happened with my Docker, we are good. That means now our Ansible can communicate with Docker. That means our script will work 50%. Our script easily works 50%. So whatever script we wrote, the first play will work successfully. The communication happened successfully now because we are connecting to our Docker. That is done. Next EKS we have to do. If EKS also able to connect, then these commands also will be executed, right? So for that, the same thing, very not at all complicated. Let me do it fast and just you observe it. Ping google.com, and this also ping google.com. Here is a case C, control C. So let us create a user here. Add user Ansible admin. It is username is created. Then vsudo so answer admin, perfect. Control X, Shift Y, enter, and then vi etc sshd tab. Insert mode, delete it, escape. Now we have to run this service to take the effect of the changes. SSH HD and reload. That is done. Let us switch to our admin user Ansible cd. So if you check here, ls-a, we don't have that .sh folder. So let us create it. Make dir .ssh vi. What is the folder name? Authorized keys. Sorry, file name. Insert mode. Go to Ansible again. Control C. Cat public key. This is what we generated, right? So this only we have to use, because for root user, for him there it will be different, for this it is different. Okay, select it and paste here. Escape. Now it is done now. Okay, it is done now. Now we can communicate now. But before that, anyway, let me google.com. Our EK is also ready now. Let us only check. We need to do check, that's it. So here I should say SSH Ansible admin at the rate. What is the private IP of my EKS? This is my private EKS, right? Enter. Yes. So I connected to my EKS server. You see EKS, right? Exit now. Next step is what? I have to go to my host folder, host file. I have to add there etc Ansible and then our host file. We open it for editing. Just come down and end button come down. Here I will say EKS. Okay, EKS. This is the name I am going to use in my playbook also, right? So here, this is a playbook I'm using EKS, hosts colon EKS. Whatever name you are using here, the same name you have to give here. Here is a private IP. Why it is saying changing read only? Yes, correct. Thank you. So we should not edit it as a uh, Ansible admin. We let us edit it as a root user. Quit it and here also exit. Here is root user now. Okay. Then bi etc Ansible hosts insert mode. So let's go back to our user Ansible admin. Okay, cd clear the screen. Now let us check what is that command. Yeah, 4428. Yes. Okay, not SSH actually. It should be okay. Remove this Ansible EKS. I want to ping it. Perfect, right? It also listening. That means perfect. Everything is fine. Then next, what we have to do is here you see ls. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. But uh, in Docker also, Control C, nothing is there. cd ls, nothing is there. But if you see the script, once the script is executed, these files which are on the Jenkins machine, that will be moved to your Docker's Ansible admin folder. So your var file and Docker file both will be copied and image will be built on your Docker machine. Image will be built on your Docker machine and it will be pushed also. It will be pushed also. That means here you see if you say Docker images, you don't have any images. What it's saying? Okay, I'm a normal user, right? First of all, let me exit from here. Okay, cd. Now if you say Docker images, we don't have any images as of now. Now what I will do, I will edit my script. Go to our pipeline script, configure. Let us add one more stage. So here I will add one more stage. Now I will use, you can add as many stages you want, right? So you can easily deal with pipelines. So here I want to use, I have to call Ansible, right? I will say Ansible controller, something I will say here. And in this, what I will do, whatever commands we run inside our Ansible, the same commands we will run here. In this step, the same commands in the shell, in a single quotation. To run a execute a playbook, what command we use? Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook is a command we use, right? Fine. And what's the file name? File name is playbook task.yaml, right? This is the name. Paste it. Remove the extra space.
Yeah, so I will play, correct. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what you said, Nibil?
Ansible
Shivin?
hyphen playbook we need to write inside the script.
You are very close to mic, so mm, come again, please. Sorry, I could not understand you. Some mistake I did, Shivin? Any mistake I did here, saying that?
Actually, Naveen, Ansible playbook hyphen space is there.
Yeah, yeah,
The Naveen is
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say his.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct, correct. This is a command. Ansible underscore hyphen playbook is a command, and this is our playbook name. The playbook name, and this is our command. Okay, we normally run this way only. Even you can execute on your machine here also. You can rush, you can run this Ansible machine, right? If you can run it something like, if now you say Ansible, I don't have script here, right? If I have, I use the same command, right? Ansible playbook, right? And playbook name dot yaml, some name, some file, right? Correct. The same thing I am executing on in our script. So let me type ls here because they may expire. So apply, now apply the changes, save this. Let us see what will happen now. Oh, it will not. What else we have to do? Oh, I forgot some steps. One moment, please. And still we added, and my mind is not working.
I think we need to add Ansible plugin.
Ansible plugin, internal
We are
plugin.
not at the right.
So yes, I have to provide. Yes, I got it. See, one important thing I forgot to mention you. See here, observe. Ansible now it will manage our Kubernetes server, our Docker server. Okay, here again some small stories there. Let me google.com. Execution is very simple, but the background is more. So Ansible now it will take care. It will take care. It will it will run the playbook and it will execute it. That is fine, very good. But thing is, how the Jenkins and Ansible communicate? How they communicate? Till now, we added the SSH key and we added the we made it happen to communicate themselves. Now it is done. The communication is ready. But how Jenkins and Ansible will communicate? So here comes our old topic, that is master slave nodes. We learned master slave nodes, remember? So Jenkins your master and Ansible is your slave. So what we have to do is, in the Jenkins tool we have to add this node as a Ansible as slave. That way our Jenkins will communicate with Ansible and Ansible will communicate with other servers. Simple. So go to your dashboard. In the dashboard we have managed Jenkins, right? In that, if you observe carefully, we have nodes. Click on nodes. As of now our built-in node is running. Our built-in Jenkins where we installed, right, that node is this one. So it having free space 4 GB. Okay. Okay, right. Now I want to add new node. Select the new node. What is the node name? I will say Ansible node. Yeah, Ansible node permanent agent create. This is Ansible node. Description, if you want, you can give. Executors, that means how many builds you want to build parallelly. One is enough for me as of now. What is the remote root directory? What is the root directory means? This is your path. Your Ansible is this one, right? So this is your remote directory, your Ansible admin. Let me create some here some folder here, ls control C, ls. Okay, here I will create one folder to it will this folder will have the files created after build the binary files will be there, no, that will be var files will be copied over here. We'll see that. Make dir, I'll say something like workloads, enter. So it is created now. Cd workloads. Okay, present working directory. So you are in the Ansible folder, we have create another folder. You copy this, and paste here in your remote to root directory. Here you can paste it. Yeah, this path you give. And labels, what label you want to give. That means to this node, to this node, slave node, you can give some name, because in Jenkins can have multiple nodes like that, slave nodes. So every node will have a name. So for this also, if you want, you can give a name. I will give the same name, Ansible node only. Usage, use this node as much as possible. Launch method, I will use launch agents via SSH, because SSH key generation we generated, right? Using SSH, I want to this node Ansible want to communicate with SSH. Okay, and what is a host? Host means what is the Ansible's URL. So for that, go to your instances. Here is your Ansible controller, right? Select it and copy the private IP address of your Ansible tool. Okay, server. Okay, go to here and paste that. Okay, that is your host. And credentials. Okay, credentials. Do we have any credentials as of now? No. Let us create a new credentials. Add Jenkins. So user with password. Okay, I have my user, that is username is admin, ans admin, and password. And here ID, let me give something ID and add. Once it's added, in the drop down, select it. Select that one. And here in this drop down, select the manually trusted key verification strategy. Select the third one and come down. That's all we have to do in this node. Again, save and give it some time so that it will show as in sync. Here it is not showing, it will show in a moment. And more importantly, so it should have Java installed on this machine. So let me click on this node. This agent is offline because Jenkins failed to launch the agent process on it. Launch agent once. What it's saying, install Java 8 or 11, right? So let us go to our machine or Linux machine. So in this Linux machine, we have to install Java. So just exit yum install Java -y. So it is done now. What I will do again, click on the Ansible node one more time. Again launch agent this time. This time it looks like fine. Agent successfully connected and online. Okay, it is online. It is saying it is online. Now we can use it. Go to click on nodes again. You see it is in sync, but showing a cross button. So it's saying that free temporary space only this much. It is saying, even though we took okay, we took Micro, right? Okay, no problem. Fine. Then next what? You see, we for Jenkins we took medium. That is the reason it having more space. It will run happily. Otherwise, it lacks a lot. No problem. Next thing is what? Now the connection is ready. Our connection is happened. Jenkins connects to Ansible and Ansible connects to these things. Now simply run our scripts now. Build now. Okay, I'm sorry. So Maven is built successfully. Playbook started. What it's saying? So not playbook not found. Ansible playbook. Anybody please? Where Jenkins workspace is on script.sh copy Ansible playbook not found. So it is saying it has not found this file Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook. Why it is saying mistake? Any spelling mistake in that? ls. So just ping google.com. So let me one moment. Otherwise, Ansible playbook. Yeah, it is here. It's saying proper, responding properly. Any ideas? No ideas. Ping google.com. Let me go to Jenkins file here. Control C. So here ls. Here we have our playbook task YAML file. That is fine. Everything looks fine. Cat playbook. Naveen, any ideas? Ansible playbook task YAML. Okay. Where Amazon at the time durable script is copy. Ansible playbook not found. How come? So this is if you see the scripts, playbook itself is not found. Then how come? How can? So where's the script? Let me run one more time. Build now. Bring this node back to online. We have to do it if it is not online. Oh, immediately it's showing. running. Not found. So let me Google this one. Okay. It's somewhat different error. Can you try from your end also? Naveen, you also try to Google and find out any issue where we missed it. Here it is there, but Ansible is there.
Madan, did you given any name wrong in that Jenkins pipeline?
I'm sorry. What is it?
But did we given any name wrong
In
like
the,
that in the, yeah? Can we check once?
yeah, yeah. Let us check. Let us check. That also correct.
I hope yes.
Let me copy all this stuff from here and I will paste in the notepad.
Yeah.
We almost done. Just Ansible control steps such Ansible
Playbook task data.
playbook.
I think this name should be matched with the playbook, right? So is that correct or not? We need to confirm.
I'm sorry. What is it? Your voice is
Playbook.
very
I think.
loud. Actually. Playbook. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
name should be
Playbook. That
any spell mistake
I
or we
can
need to
change
check
it.
ID.
Okay. I will do this one thing. I will change
Yeah.
this to
Yeah.
task.yaml. Okay. And
Yes.
but the
You
issue,
can change
but
that
issue
name
it is
as well.
showing. But issue is showing different actually. Uh, issue it is showing different actually. One moment, please. I want to change this name also.
Yes. Yes.
Commit changes.
Yeah.
Commit changes. Now task YAML. Okay. Let us build now. It's in the notes, right? One moment, please. Let us finish it today. Okay. This is our last class actually. Let us finish it and then we meet on Monday for Azure and GCP. Still showing the same issue. No, no, it's something is serious. It's still taking the same name. Still taking the same name. It seems it has not saved the contents properly. Uh, okay, I have to change the. Yeah, in that I have not changed it, right? In the script I have not changed it. No. Go to our configuration pipeline. Yeah, here I have to change. Apply, save. Jenkins workspace. Some small mistake, something has happened. It's fine, but because this will work if you run this command on our node, it will throw error. It will clearly say there will not present such file. Could not found. You see, the playbook task YAML could not found. So that means our playbook is there, but some other mistake we are doing. So how many left? How many people are there? All are there. Shivan, sir. Swaraj also came. Great. When you came, Swaraj, how are you? You are on mute. So GitHub Maven 3. Okay. Sorry. Mistake is agent. Agent actually we have to. Where is our application running? See our Jenkins has to connect with our Ansible, right? So Ansible is we have not mentioned the node name, the label we have not mentioned in the pipeline. So what Jenkins doing? It is executing the command on itself, on the Jenkins itself, on the master node itself. It is running. So it could not able to connect our Ansible. So that is here we said that any agent any we said when we say any, then what it will do? That poor fellow, if it does not find the node, it will execute that job on the same machine, master node itself. Okay, so that is a big mistake. So this is the label actually. Here, label in single quotation. What name given? Ansible node. I think Ansible node, right? Yeah, here it is Ansible node. The same thing we given for the label also. Ansible node. That's it. Simple. Apply. Now it should work. Build now. So it is when it is waiting like this, just to go here, your server is not running. Your agent, your slave node is not running. Bring this node back online. Click on it. Then it will run. See, now it is running. Now it's working. It is saying copying the Docker file. You see, copying the WAR file also. You see, one error. Right? These errors in real time we'll get. We have to solve. Let us try to solve these errors. Be with me, please. We show some. We also do some R&D here. So what has happened now till now? The build is completed. Then our Ansible playbook started. So first to play, that is Docker image build, right? Go here. Here is the task YML. So at what stage we are? Docker image build. This stage we are at this stage. So what is the file? Yeah, that is done. And then copy Docker file is done. Copy var file also done. But building image it failing. At the time of building the image, it is failing. Building image, it is failing. Right? Up to here everything is fine. That means where it is trying doing these actions it is performing on where? On our Docker machine. This is our Docker machine. So you are there, yeah. Ping Google or just a moment. CD and sorry, super switch user to Ansible admin ls cd ls cd workloads ls. You see your Jenkins has pushed the files where files in the workspace cd workspace ls. So this is our project target folder, whatever target folder contains that is the content of that. So we copied it, right? So if you say ls, so the target contains our var file. So your var file, everything is moved to your Ansible, okay, by Jenkins. Anyway, that is one thing. And then you do one thing, go to Docker, Control C, ls. But observe carefully in the script what we're doing, we're moving to where? In the Docker, where we're moving? In the home and Ansible admin, the user which we created on Docker, right? In that we'll find the var file, Docker file. Let us check that. So switch user and admin cd ls. You see Docker file and target both are copied. So both Docker file and target is copied now. Now build image. Build image means in this step what we're doing, Docker build -t. This command our Ansible trying to execute. Okay, so it is trying to execute the image, trying to build it, and using dot, it is saying dot. That means whatever this Docker file contains. So here cat doc. That means this execution has to be happen. And where is your var file? Inside the target. So target is already copied. So copy target. Target is already here. So from here we are copying to our container. So your Ansible is failing to execute the next command. It is failing to execute this command. So that is the reason it is saying that error permission denied while trying to connect to the Docker daemon. So it is not able to execute the command, that build command. Okay, for that what we have to do is we have to add our Ansible or user Ansible user answer admin to our Docker group. We have a Docker group actually. When we install Docker will have a group actually, Docker group. That into the group our Ansible user has to be added. So simply what we have to do is that exit here a root now. Now I'm who is trying here, which user is trying to access run this command Docker build image or Ansible username is Ansible admin. That we have to add to our Docker group. For that what we have to say is sudo is not required, user modification user mod, okay, add to group Docker group to group. This will land this command, okay, user mod -a means add to group Docker group. To whom we have to add? Ansible admin. Ansible admin is a user, this person to be added to the Docker group. Enter. Okay, okay, then let us try this to execute this command again. Here down arrow, build now. So when it is building, let us see what steps it shows. We are trying to build the 8th time. Oh, still again it is stuck here. So simply go to your node, bring this node back online. Now it runs. Copying up to here, it's working fine. Image also should build now. yeah, one more failure. So what he has done, copy build image, what it is saying, invalid tag. Invalid tag, what is the tag? uh, Madan DevOps 2020 Flipkart site. Oh, it should be small letters. Repository must be lowercase. Repository. That means this is the repository. Whatever name we are going to give here, it is a repository. Okay. So another mistake. S is capital. So that I have to change immediately. So what I will do? Click on edit here. Edit. Yes. And here also. That means the group added. We added the group. Now that issue gone. Now this is another issue now. Okay. Yeah. Any more issues? No. Just go up and click on commit changes. Commit changes. Build now. Again the same issue. Go to your node and bring it online. If it is a medium, no. If I have taken is that that is which one it is? Yeah, that one. Okay. So come down. Docker image build is happening. Docker. Yeah, these steps are anyway working fine. So in real time, if you face, you should not confuse, right? Anyway, we are doing it. You practice with other images. Okay, different images. You try and see new issues, and you Google them, fix them. Again, one more failure. But what is this time? Build image. Okay, build image was done, but push image failed. Push image has been failed. So what is the error? Uh, just see where is the error. Denied requested access to resources denied. Yeah, here the push refers to repository Docker. Okay, okay. Preparing, waiting. The push refers to okay. Requested access to the resource is denied. That means which resource we are requested? We're requesting to Docker Hub. So Docker Hub, it tries to push the image, but Docker Hub denied it. Why? Because we have to log in. So we can do it two ways. You can do it. You can give your credentials in your Ansible play, or you can manually log in once on the Docker machine. You can log in once. Here, just simply say Docker login one time. Here you give your username Madan DevOps 2024, and then yep. This time my authentication has been completed. Let me try one more time. If this also works, then one play is completed. Then we have to work with Kubernetes. Okay. Just another 10 minutes, please. Oh, sorry. It is again waiting here only. Just go here and click on bring this node, and it is doing now. Just to save some money, we have taken some less configured systems. One more failure, but this time where it failed. Oh my god, it failed here itself. Push Docker image. Let me check on my machine. This is Docker, right? So Docker images. One image is created, and what is this other one? One image is created a minute ago, just minutes ago. Docker, why it is happening? Login succeeded. Actually, it would have been better if I had taken on weekend, but yesterday I did not able to come. So is this correct ID only? Yeah, mother. Requested access is denied. Why so? Using default tag latest the push refers to repository. Any ideas? Anybody? Push first repository. Okay, let me do one thing. Otherwise, let me try to edit this image. Docker build. I will say this as 20, some 20, and this also I will say 20. So it is building this image, and then you are pushing the same image, right? What is any mistake here? The command. Observe please. Any mistake in the command? Madan DevOps 2024. Same, right? Just think please why we are getting error there while pushing. One I think is login issue that we fixed, but what else it could be? Amazing here. What if I do it directly? Docker push, okay, and Madan DevOps. The same thing I will take from here. Okay, I will take this and try. Let us try directly trying. We will see what is the error here. Enter. So pipeline thing we will do only once actually. So one time activity. We won't do it multiple times. So directly doing it working, but then why it is failing for us? Great. Um, yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. That is not the one. Not correct. You add to the group. No, one moment. One moment. Switch user Ansible admin cd sudo that is worked already, right? That shouldn't be problem actually. That shouldn't be problem. but let me try one more time. Sudo user mod add to group and admin password. What happened? Oh, sorry. User mod docker is a group. For 20, we push it manually. Just try to understand what is the difference. When we do it manually, it is working fine, but it's not working from here. What is up arrow? Okay, exit. Same command we can docker push, same thing, right? Any difference here? Docker push, same thing. Let me edit this because already it is there. It's already there. I will give other names on 21. That is fine, but okay, that is fine. But what about the image inside this? That anyway failed, but at least push should happen. If push happens, then even it fails, we can cover it. I'm not sure why it is. Requested access to the resources denied. What access still required for this? No use actually, I know, but is it saved or not? So without saving a build actually, so ignore this build. I think it will not work, but the other one I will try again. I've not done any changes. Only that sudo and that also I did. So if it does not work today, we'll connect tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow for 30 minutes we connect and we'll fix this. Okay, don't worry. Tomorrow we work on it. We'll spend another 5-10 minutes, please. Okay. If it does not work in 5-10 minutes, we'll connect tomorrow. Tomorrow at same time, 9 o'clock, just for 30 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes. Anyway, I will check it. मुझे non zero return code start denied requested resource denied. Okay, one moment please. Standard. Okay, somehow we have to try to fix this. No, push image local is not working, but when I use it, okay, what happened when I use it manual? It's pushing. Perfect. So what is the issue? File sent in the description none issue type. So some problem with Ansible. I should not say like that, but because manually it is working. The same thing we're getting now. Denied request is denied, right? Not able to push. Come. Remove one tag from YAML file become true. Remove true tag and why. Okay. The same issue. In real time also we have to work like this only. Remove one tag from YAML file become true. Okay, become a root user, but that is not required. But anyway, let us try that. Okay, so here we'll edit it. Become yes, also fine. This will try first. Become yes. Will now, but actually that is not required. But still, because anyway we added it to our vsudo file, then it got the required permissions actually. But let me try anyway, because that guy also getting similar. But this time missing pseudo password. Very nice. Not required that actually. That is not required because anyway we added into two more minutes please. If it is not working 2 minutes, then we'll end it up. Tomorrow don't forget to join at 9 o'clock. Okay, in 30 minutes we finish it off. uh, So these many images. Okay, let me change my instead of deleting them, let me change the name here. If it fails, we connect tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I will check this why it is failing. In the meanwhile, you also try. Okay, you also try. Come with some ideas. Okay, we'll end this session for today. We will meet tomorrow. Sorry for the delay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.